Welcome, beloved soul, and breathe with me as we step gently into the presence of God's light, where every truth is revealed in love. You may have felt the stirrings of confusion in your heart, sensing a love that is deep, yet shadowed by the presence of another. Know that your feelings are sacred, and God sees every tear you have shed in silence. Even when your heart trembles, the Lord whispers peace over your soul, saying, "Fear not, for I am with you." Isaiah 41:10. There is a man who loves you deeply, and yet life has placed another woman in his path, not as a judgment, but as a test of your faith and patience. Let your heart rest in the knowledge that divine love is never diminished by circumstances, but rather refined through the fires of truth. Sometimes the soul must endure a season of waiting to understand the depth of its calling. As it is written, "For I know the plans I have for you," declares the Lord, "plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. Your hope is not in the timing of man, but in the perfect orchestration of God, who moves hearts and circumstances according to divine wisdom. Feel the weight of your longing, and know it is not in vain, for even in absence, love carries a sacred purpose. The presence of another is not a reflection of your worth, but a mirror showing the journey of faith you are called to walk. Let your soul release judgment and resentment, and embrace the peace that surpasses understanding. Philippians 4:7. Sometimes love is tested, so that the heart may rise above possessiveness and find true freedom in God's plan. See yourself through the eyes of the divine, not as incomplete, but as a vessel of grace, patience, and unwavering love. Even when doubt whispers lies, God's truth remains, saying, "My beloved, I am preparing the way for your joy to come forth in fullness." Breathe deeply and feel the gentle rhythm of your heart aligning with His, trusting that every pain is a seed for greater revelation. There is no condemnation in this love, only divine guidance, helping you navigate a path that is both sacred and healing. Release the need to understand every detail. Allow the Spirit to illuminate your heart, one gentle layer at a time. Your tears are not wasted, for they water the soil of your faith, preparing a harvest of clarity and peace. As it is written, He heals the broken-hearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. Even in moments of longing, God is binding your heart with tender care, preparing you for the fullness of His plan. You are allowed to feel sorrow, confusion, and even anger, for these emotions are sacred teachers guiding your soul toward truth. Do not rush your healing, for each season has a purpose, and every pause is a divine lesson in trust and surrender. The love you feel is real, but it is also a reflection of the divine love, seeking to teach patience, discernment, and humility. Remember that God is never absent. Even when human hearts falter in love, His presence remains unwavering. Take comfort in the knowledge that your worth is not measured by another's attention or affection, but by the eternal love of the Creator. Let your prayers rise like incense, carrying your heart's desires while releasing attachment to outcomes. Speak to Him honestly, saying, "Lord, guide me in this season, teach me patience, and reveal your truth in my heart." The divine hears even the silent cries of your spirit, responding with comfort that quiets the storm within. Love is not always simple, yet simplicity can be found in surrendering your heart fully to God's will. As it is written, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding." Proverbs 3:5. This trust is not passive. It is an active alignment with God's timing, a willingness to wait with grace and courage. Imagine your heart as a garden, and each emotion as a seed planted with divine intention. Some seeds bloom immediately, others require seasons of rain, yet all flourish under God's loving care. The presence of another woman is part of this sacred soil, teaching discernment and the value of holy patience. Your love is not lessened by her presence. Rather, it is refined, strengthened, and made ready for truth to emerge. Feel the gentle light of God surrounding you, softening the edges of fear and disappointment. Even in silence, his whispers carry wisdom. Your heart is safe in my hands. Your story is unfolding as it should. This truth does not excuse betrayal or hurt, yet it frames it within a larger divine narrative of growth and awakening. Do not seek to compete or compare, for your journey is unique, and your blessing will arrive in its own perfect time. God moves in mysterious ways, aligning hearts, opening doors, and revealing paths that the human mind cannot foresee. Let your soul rest in this assurance, breathing in the calm that comes from knowing all is under divine orchestration. Even in longing, practice gratitude for the love you have experienced, the lessons you have learned, and the clarity you are receiving. Every encounter, every emotion is a thread in the tapestry of your divine story, woven by the hands of a loving Creator. As it is written, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. Be still, beloved soul, and allow his love to flow into every crack, every doubt, every ache, bringing healing and light. Release attachment to the outcome, and instead anchor your heart in the presence of the one who knows the end from the beginning. Even when human hearts falter, God's timing is flawless, orchestrating encounters, revelations, and blessings beyond imagination. Your love is sacred, and it will not be wasted. For every tear, every longing, and every prayer is seen and honored by the divine. Know that healing is not linear, and trust that each moment, even the painful ones, carries a gift for your soul. Open your heart to lessons of self-love, patience, and divine understanding, allowing them to transform longing into peace. God is teaching you that love is not possession, but sacred connection, and that his plan for you is perfect, even when veiled in mystery. Take a quiet moment now and feel the presence of the divine, wrapping your heart in reassurance and gentle grace. In this season, do not despair, for clarity is coming, and the love that is meant for you will align without compromise or pain. Even now, his light is guiding you toward a future that holds both peace and revelation, a love sanctified by patience and divine timing. As we conclude this moment together, rest in the knowledge that your heart is being prepared, your soul is being strengthened, and your story is being written by the hand of God himself. And so, beloved, continue to walk with faith, knowing that even in the presence of another, your love remains sacred, and your heart is never alone. Navigating the heart in seasons of waiting, beloved soul. Let us continue this journey together, breathing in the quiet presence of God as he whispers comfort to your heart. Your heart may feel heavy, yet each beat is a reminder that divine life flows within you, carrying strength and clarity you have yet to see. Even when love seems divided, God's wisdom teaches that every circumstance holds a sacred lesson, shaping the soul into greater wholeness. Feel the gentle truth in this. You are not called to carry another's choices, but to cultivate your own peace in the midst of uncertainty. As it is written, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. And let your burdens dissolve in his tender hands. It's natural to feel longing for what your heart desires, yet longing itself can become a bridge to deeper understanding when held with patience. Do not fear the presence of another woman, for her role is not to diminish you, but to awaken discernment, humility, and spiritual awareness. See your own heart clearly, beloved, and acknowledge its beauty, its capacity for love, and its readiness to receive truth. Even in silence, God is speaking, guiding you to release attachments that may cloud your vision and restrict your joy. Imagine your emotions as a river, flowing freely, never stagnant, and allow each feeling to pass without resistance or judgment. The divine does not abandon hearts that ache. Rather, he transforms longing into wisdom and pain into insight. As it is written, he gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak, Isaiah 40:29. And this strength is now being poured into your soul. You are learning to walk the delicate path of loving fully without losing yourself, of trusting without clinging, and of hoping without despair. Each prayer you whisper, even in moments of doubt, carries the fragrance of your faith into the heavenly realm where God listens and responds. Release any bitterness, beloved, for it serves no purpose in the sacred unfolding of your story, and instead invite gentle forgiveness to reside in your heart. Forgiveness is not for the other, but for you, so that your spirit may remain light, open, and aligned with divine truth. Do not shrink in comparison, nor allow envy to shadow your vision, for God's plan for you is singular, unique, and entirely beautiful. Even when love seems complicated, remember that God's timing is always perfect, orchestrating meetings, separations, and revelations with care. Allow your soul to be still, to observe without reaction, and to cultivate an inner sanctuary of peace that no circumstance can disturb. As it is written, "Be still and know that I am God," Psalm 46:10, and let this stillness anchor your heart in unshakable faith. You are being called to a higher understanding of love, one that transcends fear, jealousy, and the need to control outcomes. Every moment of longing is a gentle teacher, guiding you toward deeper compassion, self-respect, and the wisdom of divine timing. Even if his heart is divided, your heart can remain whole, radiant, and aligned with the love that flows eternally from God. See the presence of the other woman not as a rival, but as a mirror reflecting lessons your soul must integrate for its own growth. Let her presence awaken patience, discernment, and the courage to honor your own value without seeking validation externally. Your love is sacred, and it is not measured by how others act, but by the integrity, faithfulness, and openness of your own spirit. Even in longing, cultivate gratitude for the love you have felt, for it has awakened you to the depth of your own capacity to give and receive. As it is written, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. 1 Thessalonians 5:18, and let your heart be lifted in praise. Notice how each emotion, whether longing or sorrow, is an invitation to surrender more fully to God's guiding hand. Release any expectation that love must look a certain way, and instead embrace the unfolding story, mysterious yet divine in every detail. Your heart's desire is sacred, yet its fulfillment is subject to divine orchestration, and this truth allows your spirit to rest in serenity. Even when temptation to compare arises, remind yourself that comparison dims the light within, and that God's plan is abundant and unique for every soul. See yourself as a vessel of grace, patiently allowing the waters of love, understanding, and divine timing to flow through you. Every tear you shed is consecrated, every prayer you whisper is heard, and every moment of stillness is a sacred offering of trust. As it is written, the Lord is near to all who call on him, Psalm 145:18, and he is closer now than you can imagine, attending to every detail of your heart. You may wonder why love feels tangled, why hearts do not align instantly, yet these seasons are not punishment, they are divine preparation. Even in waiting, the soul learns the profound value of discernment, the clarity of vision, and the strength of unwavering faith. Do not seek to force outcomes, beloved, for in surrender there is power, and in patience there is revelation. Allow your heart to be tender yet resilient, compassionate yet discerning, loving yet grounded in divine truth. Every day, invite God to illuminate your path, to soften your heart, and to purify your intentions in the fire of sacred wisdom. As it is written, create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me, Psalm 51:10, and allow this renewal to wash over you. Even when moments of doubt arise, return to prayer, to meditation, and to the quiet knowing that God's plan is perfect and beyond human comprehension. Release the fear of loss, for what is meant for you cannot be taken, and what is not for you is gently redirected by divine hands. Your love is not incomplete. It is simply in a season of gestation, nurturing the clarity, peace, and insight required for what is to come. See this season as sacred, a time for introspection, growth, and deep communion with God, who is your constant refuge. Even when pain presses near, your spirit can rise, lifted by the certainty that God's love surrounds and sustains you at all times. Let each moment of uncertainty become a meditation, each sigh a prayer, and each heartbeat a reminder of your sacred worth. As it is written, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. Lamentations 3:22. And let this steadfast love fill every corner of your being. You are being prepared for a love that is not tainted by distraction, a heart that is aligned with truth, and a spirit that is unshakable in faith. Even now, God is orchestrating encounters, revelations, and divine clarity, guiding every step of your journey with infinite care. Let your soul rest, beloved, in the knowledge that while human hearts may falter, God's love and timing are flawless and eternal. As we close this reflection, breathe deeply, feel the gentle peace of God surrounding you, and carry this serenity into every moment of your day. Know that your heart is seen, your pain is honored, and your spirit is being guided toward the light of divine understanding and love, embracing divine clarity and sacred love, beloved soul. As we continue together, feel the gentle presence of God guiding your heart into clarity, where peace surpasses all understanding. You have walked through the shadows of longing, felt the weight of uncertainty, and now your spirit is being lifted toward divine insight. Even when love seemed divided, know that God has been weaving every moment into a sacred tapestry meant for your ultimate good. The man you love may carry his own burdens, and the presence of another woman is a reflection of choices beyond your control. Yet your heart remains untouched by imperfection. As it is written, the Lord directs the steps of the faithful, Proverbs 3:6, and his hand is guiding you now with infinite care. Release the need to control outcomes, and instead embrace the quiet assurance that all is unfolding as it should in his perfect timing. Even if pain lingers, let it be transformed into wisdom, patience, and discernment, the gifts of a heart aligned with God's truth. Your soul is learning that love is not possession, but sacred connection, a reflection of the divine within and around you. See yourself as whole, beloved, not dependent on another's choices for validation, yet open to receive the love that is truly destined for you. Even when human hearts falter, God's love remains steadfast, a constant current beneath the shifting tides of circumstance. As it is written, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. Lamentations 3:22-23. And these mercies are for you now. Allow your heart to rest in the knowledge that clarity is arriving, and with it, the understanding of why seasons of waiting were necessary. Every tear, every sigh, every prayer you have offered is consecrated, carrying the fragrance of faith and devotion to the divine. Even when the heart feels divided, trust that God sees the whole picture, orchestrating events that human eyes cannot yet perceive. Release resentment, comparison, and fear, for these shadows cannot exist in the light of divine understanding. Feel your spirit rising, beloved, buoyed by the certainty that your path is sacred and guided by a wisdom far greater than your own. As it is written, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Psalm 32:8. And his counsel now rests upon your heart. Let go of what no longer serves your growth, whether it be attachment, doubt, or unhealed pain, and make space for the love that reflects God's perfect design. Even if this season brings endings, they are not failures, but necessary transitions, preparing you for a love that honors your soul. See the divine hand moving in subtle ways, opening doors, aligning hearts, and bringing clarity where confusion once reigned. Your love is not lost, nor diminished, but refined and sanctified, ready to receive the fullness of truth and devotion. As it is written, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4. And take comfort that these desires are being nurtured in divine timing. Feel the gentle release of anxiety, the softening of worry, and the expansion of hope that fills your soul with serenity. Even when life seems uncertain, the one who holds the universe holds your heart, protecting it with infinite care and wisdom. Let gratitude rise within you for the lessons learned, for the patience cultivated, and for the clarity now dawning. Your soul is awakening to a higher understanding of love, one that values truth, integrity, and alignment with God's will above all else. As it is written, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him," Romans 8:28, and trust that this principle embraces your journey now. Release the weight of waiting and replace it with the light of expectation, knowing that divine clarity will guide your next steps. Even if reconciliation is not the path, know that a love sanctified by God cannot harm, diminish, or obscure your worth. Allow your heart to expand, beloved, embracing both peace and empowerment, ready to receive whatever truth is revealed. As it is written, "The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear?" Psalm 27:1, and let this light illuminate your soul in every shadowed place. You are free to love without fear, to hope without doubt, and to trust without hesitation, for the divine is faithful beyond human understanding. Feel the soft presence of angels surrounding you, whispering courage, clarity, and sacred reassurance into your spirit. Even as you release attachment to outcomes, remain open to the possibilities that God has prepared, whether through reconciliation, new beginnings, or inner transformation. Your heart is strong, your spirit is resilient, and your faith is alive, carrying you through this season with grace and divine alignment. As it is written, "Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." Psalm 27:14, and know that your waiting is sacred and purposeful. Embrace the clarity now emerging, the wisdom that has grown in the soil of patience, and the peace that settles like gentle rain upon your soul. Even when human hearts are imperfect, the love you are meant to receive is perfect in timing, purity, and intention. Let each breath be a prayer of surrender, each heartbeat a testament to resilience, and each moment a reminder of God's unwavering love. As it is written, "For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding." Proverbs 2:6, and trust that understanding is blossoming within you now. Release fear, beloved, and open fully to the truth of your journey, that your heart is cherished, your love is sacred, and your story is unfolding under divine guidance. Even if endings come, they are tenderly crafted by God to make space for beginnings far greater than the human heart can imagine. Feel the divine light filling the corners of your heart, illuminating hope and anchoring peace that no circumstance can disrupt. Know that your love is never wasted, your prayers are never unheard, and your heart is always seen by the one who created you. As we conclude this sacred reflection, rest in the assurance that your journey of love is guided, protected, and sanctified by God's infinite wisdom. Step forward with confidence, beloved soul, for the clarity, healing, and divine love you seek are now arriving, and your heart is ready to receive. Carry this peace with you, radiate this love, and trust that every part of your story has purpose, every season has meaning, and every heartbeat is cradled in divine care, rising in strength and sacred self-love, beloved soul. As we continue together, breathe deeply and feel the presence of God strengthening your heart, filling every corner with peace. You have walked through revelation, patience, and clarity, and now your spirit is being called to rise in sacred empowerment. Even when love is complicated, the divine teaches that true strength is born, not in control, but in surrender to his will. See yourself as a radiant vessel, whole and complete, whose worth is measured not by another's affection, but by the eternal love of God. As it is written, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me," Philippians 4:13. And let this truth awaken courage in your soul. Release lingering fears and doubts, for they no longer serve the journey of your heart toward clarity and freedom. Even when the man you love seems distant, your spirit can remain grounded, luminous, and aligned with divine purpose. Each moment of quiet reflection is a seed of self-love, growing stronger with every breath, every prayer, and every act of patience. Do not diminish your light by comparison, for God has created a path uniquely yours, filled with blessings yet unseen. Even when longing tugs at your heart, it is a gentle reminder that your desires are sacred and worthy of divine attention. As it is written, the Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land and will strengthen your frame. Isaiah 58:11, and feel this guidance now. Know that your heart is sacred soil, capable of nurturing love, hope, and divine clarity beyond what you can imagine. Even if the heart you cherish is entangled elsewhere, your soul is never diminished, for God's love upholds and restores you fully. Allow the lessons of this season to deepen self-respect, cultivate inner strength, and reveal the beauty of your own heart. As it is written, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, Galatians 5:22, and let these fruits flourish within you. Every experience, every tear, every prayer has been a divine teacher guiding you to greater spiritual maturity and emotional resilience. Even when your spirit feels weary, trust that the divine is replenishing your heart with courage, wisdom, and hope. Release attachment to outcomes, for God's plan for your love is more vast and more beautiful than human understanding can contain. As it is written, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans, Proverbs 16:3. And let this assurance settle into your soul. Your heart is being prepared to receive love in its purest form, whether through reconciliation, new beginnings, or deeper self-understanding. Even if the man you love does not return, the love within you is eternal, infinite, and sacred, flowing from the divine source itself. Feel your spirit rising above jealousy, fear, and longing, finding freedom in self-love, patience, and divine trust. Every act of forgiveness, even when unspoken, purifies your heart and clears space for joy, peace, and authentic connection. As it is written, above all, love each other deeply because love covers over a multitude of sins, 1 Peter 4:8, and allow this deep love to embrace you fully. Notice the gentle strength in your chest, the calm in your mind, and the clarity in your soul, as the divine fortifies your heart for what is next. Even when others' choices feel painful, see them through the lens of divine orchestration, knowing that everything is aligned for your highest good. Your journey is a sacred dance of patience, awareness, and self-empowerment, guided by God's hand with unwavering care. As it is written, he gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless, Isaiah 40:29, and feel this power flowing into every fiber of your being. Release the need to chase love, control outcomes, or alter another's path, and instead step confidently into the light of your own wholeness. Even in moments of longing, cultivate joy, for your spirit is alive, vibrant, and capable of experiencing love in all its forms. See your life as a garden of divine blessings, where every experience, every heartache, and every lesson nourishes growth and beauty. As it is written, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. And claim this courage now. Even when separation feels real, trust that divine timing moves hearts, opens doors, and reveals truth beyond what eyes can see. Your heart is learning to love without dependence, to hope without desperation, and to trust without hesitation, aligning fully with God's perfect plan. Feel the gentle warmth of divine presence surrounding you, guiding your thoughts, emotions, and intentions towards sacred clarity. Even when love seems complicated, your spirit can remain unshakable, anchored in faith, hope, and eternal truth. Release old wounds, old fears, and old attachments, and step into a sacred space of renewal, healing, and inner radiance. As it is written, he restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 23:3. And let this restoration enfold you now. Even in waiting, your heart is strong, Your spirit is empowered, and your faith is alive, carrying you forward with grace. Embrace the beauty of self-love, the power of patience, and the certainty that your journey is divinely guided. Every choice, every emotion, every step is an opportunity to walk in sacred alignment with the one who sees and cherishes your soul. As it is written, "The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you." Numbers 6:24-25. And feel this blessing filling your heart. Even in uncertainty, trust that clarity, truth, and sacred love are arriving, preparing your spirit for a chapter of joy, peace, and divine fulfillment. Carry this light within you, radiate it outward, and walk boldly in the knowledge that your heart is sacred, your soul is strong, and your love is protected by God. As we close this reflection, breathe deeply, beloved, and feel your spirit rising in confidence, clarity, and the quiet power of self-love. Know that your journey continues with grace, with guidance, and with the unwavering certainty that the divine holds every heartbeat, every prayer, and every desire of your soul, opening to divine revelation and sacred love, beloved soul. As we continue, take a deep breath and feel the light of God illuminating every corner of your heart, bringing gentle clarity. You have walked through longing, patience, discernment, and self-empowerment, and now your spirit is ready to receive revelation. Even when human love is complicated, God's truth shines brightly, showing you the path of peace, alignment, and sacred connection. See the presence of another, not as a barrier, but as a guidepost, directing your heart toward what is truly destined for you. As it is written, "For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding," Proverbs 2:6, and let this wisdom flow now into your soul. Your heart is being prepared to recognize the love that is pure, true, and aligned with divine intention, whether it comes through reconciliation or new beginnings. Release any lingering attachment to outcomes, for God's plan is flawless and far beyond the understanding of the human mind. Even when disappointment arises, remember that every moment of waiting has been sacred preparation for clarity and fulfillment. As it is written, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still," Exodus 14:14. And in this stillness, revelation emerges like a gentle sunrise. Your heart has grown strong, tender, and wise, capable of discerning truth and embracing love that honors your soul. Even when emotions swirl, you can remain anchored in divine peace, knowing that every situation is working for your good. Feel the gentle hand of God guiding your choices, illuminating hearts, and aligning circumstances according to divine perfection. Even the man you love and the woman in his life are part of a larger divine tapestry, woven to teach lessons, refine hearts, and reveal ultimate truth. Your love is not diminished by circumstance, for it is eternal, sacred, and perfectly timed by the divine. As it is written, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding," Proverbs 3:5. And let trust anchor your spirit now. Even in moments of doubt, your soul can rise above confusion, resting in the certainty that God's love is unfailing and all-encompassing. Release judgment, release comparison, and release the desire to control, and feel freedom flowing into your heart like a river of light. As it is written, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want," Psalm 23:1, and know that he is guiding you to the love that is best for you. Even if paths diverge, your heart remains sacred, whole, and capable of receiving the fulfillment that God has ordained. Every experience, every tear, every prayer has been part of a sacred preparation for clarity, understanding, and true love. As it is written, "He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake," Psalm 23:3, and feel restoration now washing over you. Your spirit is being awakened to a higher understanding, that love is sacred, timing is divine, and every encounter has meaning. Even when waiting feels long, your heart is never abandoned, and every heartbeat is attended to by the divine. As it is written, "Be still and know that I am God." Psalm 46:10. And in this stillness, clarity emerges gently and fully. Your soul is ready to recognize love in its purest form, free from confusion, compromise, and unhealed patterns. Even if reconciliation is the path, let it be guided by divine wisdom, not human desire. Even if new love arrives, let it be sanctified by God's timing. As it is written, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart." Psalm 37:4. And feel delight rising in your spirit now. Release fear, beloved, and open fully to the possibilities of divine love, knowing that God sees your worth, your heart, and your readiness. Even in uncertainty, your soul is strong, radiant, and aligned with truth, able to receive love without compromise or compromise of integrity. Every prayer you have whispered, every longing you have felt has been heard, treasured, and woven into the plan of divine love. As it is written, "The Lord will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn." Psalm 58:11. And let this light illuminate your path forward. Even when endings come, they are tenderly crafted to prepare space for love that is deeper, purer, and fully aligned with your soul. Your heart is learning that patience is sacred, waiting is holy, and trust in God is the foundation of enduring love. As it is written, "Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." Psalm 27:14. And let this waiting now bring joy and certainty. Your spirit is rising, beloved, ready to receive divine clarity, sacred love, and the peace that comes when hearts align with truth. Even when human hearts falter, God's love remains unwavering, a guiding light leading you to fulfillment, joy, and sacred connection. As it is written, "The Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land." Isaiah 58:11. And feel this guidance filling your soul. Step forward with courage, with trust, and with open arms, knowing that the love meant for you will arrive in its perfect time and form. Even in quiet reflection, know that every lesson, every challenge, and every longing has prepared your heart for divine fulfillment. Your soul is aligned, your spirit is strong, and your heart is ready to receive love that honors God's plan and your sacred worth. As we close this reflection, breathe deeply, beloved, and feel the peace, clarity, and divine assurance settling within your heart. Know that your journey is sacred, your love is protected, and your path is illuminated by the wisdom, guidance, and perfect timing of the divine.